Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
All right, welcome back. Remembering Coach Jack Becker. And we're talking to a lot of people who worked with him. And I know Coach David Neal spent a year at Vanderbilt. But a lot of times when we were playing South Terrebonne, there you see Coach Neal on the end, you were coaching against Coach Becker. So I want to get your perspective of what's it like to be friends with somebody but be coaching against them?
Well, Coach Becker was very unique. When he put on that smile, and he always had a smile on his face, and he started to speak to you, you could understand step by step what he was saying. And Jack has always been an easy person to get along with. And look, let me tell you, he was a heck of a coach, as you well know, because you played on one of his teams that was one of the better teams to play at Vanderbilt High School. And we had, and of course, at that time, South Terrebonne was 5A, was 4A, which is 5A today. And I think y'all was maybe
3A. We were 3A.
You were 3A then?
Right.
And y'all was very, very well coached. I mean, you know, Jack knew his basketball. And his team played the way his mannerism was. Jack was very easygoing in the sense that very seldom did Jack get upset.
So how did you prepare? Because I'm looking at Mike Bluey and Jimmy Watkins, who are on my team, and I'm looking at Terry Bro, who was on another fantastic team. There wasn't a situation in the game we got in that we didn't know how to break the press, what to do in that situation. Was that what you had to coach against, knowing that he was preparing pretty hard for you?
Well, you know, that's a mark of a good coach. A good coach prepares himself for everything. You should not go into a ball game and have to improvise. The players should be prepared before they go into the game. And Vanderbilt at that time was very well disciplined, very well prepared. And you know, as you well know, because you played on that team and you was a good ball player. I can remember saying, you know, we're gonna have to do this, that, and that to shut you down.
You must have been talking about Jimmy.
No. Well, Jimmy was good too. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying, okay?
And the assassin is right next to you too.
But you guys really had a good team, and of course, Coach Becker was an excellent coach.
Yeah. Let me ask you, because when you had some tremendous athletes, so we would get scouting reports that were pretty intense. And I don't know if Coach Becker learned that from Coach Albert, but we'd have to sit down in the bleachers on Monday and almost have a class on Carl Williams, Burnell Thompson, I mean, whoever it was. And, I mean, that was, the work ethic was there. Work ethic was incredible, wasn't it?
Well, you know, coaching in those days, or coaches in that, and back years back, was very committed. They were committed to their job, to their players, and to winning. I mean, we put high premium on winning because we always felt like in order to be successful, you had to win a certain number of games each year. And of course, we always try to win every game that we played. And oftentimes we'll practice 6-7 days a week. People don't realize this, okay? You know, they think basketball is something that you just hop up and you go play and the coach sits down and he hollers and screams a little bit and that's it, you know? But back then, it was a lot of strategies involved. Basketball was really a game of finesse back then. You know, the main quality of a coach, you had to put each player in the right spot on the court where that player could handle himself properly. In other words, if a kid could not use his left hand, well, why should I put him on the left side of the court? So that was one of the main things in coaching. And Coach Becker definitely knew that. I mean, he had you guys in the right position. He had you guys well disciplined. And like you said, you guys were prepared against everything that we brought to the table against you guys.
Didn't Coach Don Landry at Nichols introduce you to Coach Becker?
Yes, he did. When I first came to, you see, I played on Coach Landry's basketball team. His first head coaching job, he was head coach at Chalmette. He came from Cathedral High School in Baton Rouge. And we done quite well, and he was an excellent coach. Well, at any rate, he started having a basketball clinic at Nichols. And Coach Becker and I worked the clinic every year. And so I got to know Jack, coaching against him and also being with him. And I tell you what, he's a pleasure. And you talk about players that look up to a coach. I mean, he just had that mannerism whereby it was easy to get along with him, easy to understand where he came from, and when he corrected you, I bet within 2 minutes he's back laughing with you. He held no grudge against or no anger against anyone.
Yeah,
He's first class person.
And that's an important statement. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, now I'm going to start getting into some of the players who played for Coach Becker. This ought to be quite interesting. We'll be right back.